Good afternoon, dear sisters. Namaskar. Welcome to the class. I'll try to keep this class short so you can use it as a maybe daily practice should you want to do that. And it will be a hip mobility practice. So usually we start with a little meditation and grounding into the pelvic bowl. I won't do this today to keep it shorter. So if you want to do it and you have time, there is a video separate in this series, grounding into pelvic bowl. So you can use that prior to it, or simply using your breath and visualizing and feeling, sensing your breath traveling from the root, from the perineal muscle, the base of your pelvic bowl, all the way up on an inhale, and on exhale back down up your spinal column. And why are we doing mobility today? In essence, this series are about reconnecting with our pelvic bowl, reconnecting with this crucial part of our feminine body, where our life force energy, Shakti, Kundalini energy resides. And majority of us women are largely disconnected from this part of the body for various reasons. Internalized shame, sense of unworthiness, feelings of not being enough, grief, fear, tension, unresolved trauma, and emotions that we hold in this part of the body, as well as ancestral trauma and patterning that we hold here in our pelvic bowl. So in this series, we're learning to bring awareness, bring connection back to the body through breath, through movement, through intention, through focus. And by doing so, we're starting to create a new synaptic connection in our brain to start feeling and sensing into this part of our body, to start connecting with emotions in this part of our body, to the voice, the actual voice, that gut feeling, that gut voice, that intuitive wisdom that resides here. It is in our root and sacral chakra. So when we work through mobility, we unlocking, we unwinding the tension, we creating the spaces for gentle releases of those emotions, stored feelings, the stories. And we start bring aliveness and vitality back to the body through awakening Shakti, life force energy, Kundalini. So where we store all that tension, all those stories, all those unresolved feelings and emotions, that creates a rigidity, that creates sometimes even chronic pain, discomfort, or numbness. So when we work through mobility and flexibility, we help in body to very literally physically get unstuck, which in results supports us emotionally, mentally to get unstuck too. So this is more of a dynamic, repetitive class rather than deeply energetic, but it is a part of this work. So let's begin. Let's hop onto all fours, and as always we start with a bit of an intuitive movement. So we'll bring feet together, knees apart, and we are working on creating new neural pathways for our Shakti, life force energy to flow through the body. So thinking non-linear movement, feeling into non-linear movement. So spirals, circles, waves, figure eights, and always approaching these parts of practice with curiosity, with open mind, with open heart, with love and awareness, noticing where the movement feels unnatural, where you feel resistance around it, which parts of the body, shoulders, arms, chest, middle back, lower back, hips, feel less engaged, where movement doesn't flow freely, and just bringing your loving awareness, your curiosity, your breath, your presence to this part of your body, to this movement. So inhaling, exhaling. Voice is a powerful ally. Our throat chakra is directly connected with our womb chakra, so they work together. So bring in our voice into this practice. And coming into flat back and into our more regular cat-cows. So on an inhale, squeeze in shoulder blades in arch, look up, tilt slightly a bit hips to the back. Exhale, rock forward. Inhale, arch, look up, tilt to the back. Exhale, rock forward, and one more time. Inhale, tilt to the back. Exhale, rock forward. And now here, inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades in, tailbone up, and from this position moving into down dog. Let's take our moment here, shifting around in a down dog, feeling into our body, moving hips from side to side, maybe adding twists, maybe adding figure eights, intuitively moving here. Looking up, on an inhale, coming to the top of the mat into ragdoll pose, softening our knees, grabbing our elbows, relaxing head, shoulders, neck, gently swaying from side to side. Gently awakening back of our legs. And on inhale, slowly vertebra by vertebra, rolling up to standing, head last, rolling our shoulders down. You will need your blocks for these practices as always. On an inhale, sweeping our arms up. On an exhale, forward fold Uttanasana, stepping back with our left foot and cartwheeling our arms out into Warrior Two. Making sure we can see our big toe, bending our knee, but making sure knee doesn't collapse in or goes over your ankle. And from here we will start with the movement where we'll bring forearm down, sweep arm behind us and up and over and lift into triangle. Exhale, inhale up, exhale, inhale up, and again exhale, inhale up. Now lowering down onto the block, you can bring it lower or higher, and we will be moving here between two poses, side angle and triangle. You can bring your arm behind your back and straighten in front leg. If you need to come higher, come higher. If you can go lower, go lower. Inhale, exhale, feeling into that inner thigh. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and again inhale, exhale. As we bend in our knee, we will lift our back heel off the ground, coming into this lunge, shift foot to the side, create diagonal for your hips. Grab your blocks. Again, if you need to lift your blocks higher, adjust. We will be moving into rocking lunge. Inhale, rock forward, don't drop too deep. Think this movement is locked in this part of your leg, iliopsoas muscle. So how deep can you go without needing to compromise your lower back or move into other part of your body? So with this part of your body moving forward, inhale, exhale. like a wave here. Inhale, you can close your eyes, internalize your practice here. Exhale, down, peel your toes towards you if you can. Inhale, rock forward, heart high through the nose. Out through your mouth. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Again, in through your nose. Out through your mouth. Now we will lower our front foot down. Keep your back heel elevated. Shift your foot to the side a little bit more if needed. And we will turn, twist into this revolved triangle. If you need to elevate your block higher or even stagger two blocks on the top of one another. Bringing arm up and over our head. Swirl one circle. And on another circle. Bending and rocking forward. Inhale here. Exhale, bow down. And now come into twist. Sweep your arm behind. Forward again. Inhale. Exhale, bow down. And turn and sweep. And one more. Inhale. Exhale, bow down and turn to the right and sweep your arm behind, coming to the top of the mat, stepping forward into half lift. Inhale, exhale, fold forward. On an inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana, switching sides. Inhale, sweeping our arms up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, stepping back with our right foot, cartwheeling our arms out into Warrior Two, checking our alignment. Steadying here and preparing to move between two poses. Forearm down and sweeping our arm. Up and over, opening through our shoulders and rising up into triangle. Inhale, exhale, sweeping and up and over and rising up. Inhale, exhale, up and over through the chest. And again, inhale. Exhale, up and over and rising back up. Now bending front knee, moving into side angle pose, high block or low, bringing arm behind our back, and we will move into triangle, straightening front leg, and here moving between two poses. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. One more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Turning to the top of the mat, lifting back heel off the ground, shifting foot to the side, adjusting your blocks, making sure your blocks are under your shoulders, preparing for rocking lunge. Inhale, rock forward, heart high. Exhale, bow down. See if you can come onto the back of your heel. Inhale, rock forward like a wave. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, bow down. And again, inhale, rock forward. Exhale, bow down. Lowering your front foot down. Increasing that distance, the diagonal between your feet, preparing for twist, rotating to the left, bringing arm behind us, adding the sweep of the arm, and bending into front knee. Inhale, rocking forward. Exhale, bow down and coming into twist. Arm up and over. Inhale. And exhale into twist and up and over. And from here we will be moving into side lunge. Bringing that back foot a little bit closer to us, turning toes out, using your block if needed, and coming into Skandasana, side lunge. As well, you might want to bring your foot closer to get this stance, elevate your heel if needed, and then from here extend your foot. For some, this is not an easy pose to access, so working into this pose slowly. And then using your block if needed to lift off and come across onto the other side. And again, up and to your left side. Equally, if you feel you have a strength in your hips, you can move here without your blocks, using the strength of your hips and across. And again, across and across. And now we're going to do this little rocking. So coming onto the fingertips, adjusting back foot, and we're going to rock forward and back. Think your hips are sticking out. Forward and back. Again, forward and back. Forward and back. Moving across the other side and repeating the same. Forward and back. Forward, back. Forward, back, forward, back. And now we will link those movements together, moving across onto the left side. We will rock forward, back, come into this twist to the left, sweep arm up and over, and bring your front foot a little bit closer and come into Skandasana, side lunge. Bring that other block in the front of you to help you. And now moving across onto the right side and rotating, bringing blocks on either side into low lunge. Inhale, exhale, fold, and coming into twist on the right side and sweeping our arm up and over. And again, rotating across, bringing both blocks onto the right side, moving across onto the left side, bringing left block on the outside, turning into this lunge. Inhale, exhale, and coming into twist, sweeping arm up and over. And last one, turning across, low lunge, across onto the other side. Turning to face the top of the mat, shifting foot to the side, creating diagonal. Inhale, rocking forward. Exhale, bowing down and twisting to the right. And sweeping our arm up and over, turning to the top of the mat. Stepping forward, half lift. Exhale, fold forward, half lift and rising all the way up. Exhale. Tadasana. Now let's step to the side of the mat into sort of a goddess stand, but soft. We're not going deep here. And here bringing our felt sense, our awareness into our pelvic bowl and into the root of the pelvic bowl, perineum muscle. And adding little bounce, softening. Softening your belly. Softening the base of the pelvic bowl. Softening your yoni. Letting go. Relaxing and unbinding the tension in this part of our body. How much can you let go? How much holding? How much tension is it in this part of your body? And how much can you soften? Consciously bringing your awareness and intention and your breath as you exhale. Soften. Soften deeper. Now maybe you want to grab a cushion and we will move to the back of the wall. And we will lean against the wall. You can lean with your head as well. Bring your feet together, knees apart into butterfly pose. And we will gently press our hands on the top of our knees on the inside and bounce, adding little pulses. Keep your perineum muscle, keep your yoni soft, the base of your pelvic bowl. And you might find that there is very little movement and you somewhere here, that's absolutely normal. Breathe into your inner thigh, breathe into your groin. And gently, gently work with that breath and with that pulsing movement. Working with the body and with wherever our body is at. Meeting ourselves where we are. And now let's just apply gentle, consistent pressure. I do it with leaning deeper against the wall with my upper back and my head. And I like to move my hands a little bit higher as well, exploring that inner thigh. Never working with pushing through resistance, but feeling and breathing into the body and allowing body to open up in its own pace. Patience, love and awareness is the key. Try not to go into that space of frustration or forcing the movement, forcing the opening. We only will meet more resistance because body doesn't trust when we work with body in this way. And now bringing our feet a little bit more forward. I like to come on the more edge of the cushion. Feet a bit more forward. And we will be just leaning gently forward and back up. Exhale forward and back up. Exhale forward and back up. Exhale forward, back up. forward, back up, forward, and back up, and scooping our knees up. I like to cross my feet, hug my knees, give ourselves a nice hug. This moment to pause, moment of self-love and appreciation, and I'll say it out loud, and please repeat after me. I love you, body. I love you, mind. I love you, heart. I bless my life. I received more of myself today. It is done, it is done, it is done. By the power of 3, the perfect Trinity, it is done. And so it is. Thank you so much for stopping by and joining me in this practice. If you enjoy this series, please leave the comment, like, share, subscribe. It's greatly support me in continuing this work and growing this channel. So thank you so much to every single one of you who are here, who's already joined me, who shared, who liked, who commented. It means so much. This is a snippet of much larger and deeper body of work within Vistara Feminine Embodiment School, the path of reclamation. And very soon, the doors will be open for the enrollment for the next 6 months cohort, an intimate group of women journeying through this path deep into feminine mysteries. It is a path of emotional healing, reclamation, returning to the devotional path of self-love, self-worth, and embodied empowerment, releasing shame, unworthiness, stories of not being enough, outdated belief systems and conditioning that keep us small and keep us stuck. Awakening that vitality, radiance, and magnetism in our body, and stepping into the next level of our sovereignty, becoming women we were always born to be. So if this speaks to something deeper within you, please follow the link in the description, where you will have a link directly to this program within the school, where you can read in depth about it, and you can sign up for the newsletter to be the first one to know when the doors for enrollment will reopen soon. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.